Hi, everybody. It's your friendly neighborhood hanger hobbit here, and welcome to my short but sweet buying guide for the USA and USSR premiums that are on sale at the moment. And why are you looking at the G55? Look over there to the right. Count the number of bombers. Guess what? Gaijin upped it to 6. Isn't that wonderful? So fun trying to do golden battle wagers with this mess. Oh well, you take what you can get, so let's move on. Now, I had one of my subs ask me what's good, what's not good. So Jane, this is for you. This is not going to be comprehensive. This is just what I've got and what I think of them. Let's start with the B10. Okay, let me put these where we can look at them. Alright, start with the B10 over here. Unless you play ground forces, don't bother. In ground forces, that 2,000-pound bomb is like a tactical nuke, which is extremely hilarious when you drop it on a whole pile of them trying to take over a cap. But in air RB, it's a flying target. Not good. Now this, on the other hand, the F3F, this is crazy fun. This thing can turn on a dime. You can do a little energy fighting, but it's really more of a turn and burn. But good Lord, can she turn and she burn. Quite sweet for that. Now, of course, in any of these below tier 3, you're not going to be grinding, so don't think about that. This is strictly for funsies. Now, this bird, it's good if you get a 2.3 to 2.7 match. But you get Norway or Tunisia against the Germans at 3.7, you're going to be a punching bag, buddy. Look at that climb rate. 10 meters a second against F1s, F2s on a short map. It's got a crap ton of ammo, and it's a good turner, but Now, here's one, though, that a lot of people don't think about. The little Key 43, Tier 2, 2.0, I've had a ton of fun in this thing. Yes, the guns are crap, but this thing is a hell of a little turner, and it's always facing Germans and Japanese that don't know how to deal with it. So you can have quite a lot of fun in this little thing. You just got to remember, the guns are kind of weak. You're going on a 300-meter convergence, and with only 500 rounds, you got to make your shots count. That goes to the next one in the Japanese line, the KI-61. The first plane I got an ace in. This used to be so good. Since the nerfing of the Japanese MGs, I don't know if I'd recommend it. It's still a great bird. It still gets a crap ton of ammo, but you got to shoot at like 300 meters, and you just get swarmed. You have to pray for Spitfires. You really do. It's a shame because it's a really fun bird to fly. Great agility, makes a great energy fighter, but considering what you're going to be facing, I don't know. This one, it'd be a flip a quarter. It's iffy. Now, let's move on over to the last of the Japanese birds, the Akutan Zero. Honestly, I'm not a big fan. I know there's some people that actually love the Zero, but for me, it's just not that hot. I mean, 120 rounds don't last very long in them cannons at all, and the MGs on this thing are just incredibly weak. And you also have to look at the teams you're facing. Facing Germans, this one I would probably pass. It's great for having in your collection, but I wouldn't be doing much flying with it. Now let's move on to a bird I used to love. I really did. I used to love this thing. Gaijin, why'd you have to ruin it? This one is a definite stay the hell away. This thing used to be able to dive like a Thunderbolt and climb like a Spitfire. Now it dives worse than a Spitfire and climbs worse than the Thunderbolt. This thing will lock up at like 500 kilometers an hour so hard that you'll have to blow your own flaps to pull the dang thing out. And his climb rate, the engines just start cooking. No WEP. And even at 100%, your engines will just melt. You have to keep it at like 92, 93%, which makes the climb rate just drop hard. So, yeah, this one right here used to be good. Not anymore. I would definitely put this one as a pass. Which is a shame, because when it was put into the game, it was such a beautiful bird. That thing could dive up to 800 kilometers an hour. The guns were punishing. Oh, it handled so well. Climbed like a bat. Now, no. Instead, if you want one tier 3, here you go. Look at this beauty. There's a reason why I got skulls on this thing, because it's a killer. 20 millimeter, two 7.92s. Yeah, you don't get the gun pods, but frankly, you don't need it. Little bit of trigger discipline, and this thing murders. And you will be climbing so much better than everybody else on your team. You'll be able to push the enemy down. You'll be able to rack up some kills. Yeah, this thing, it's sad, but yeah, that's probably the best tier 3 you're going to get. Seriously. And then we get to, say hello to the flying turd. If you don't turn every single bit of the stupid instructor crap on, this thing will rip itself apart because it can't even fly straight. The guns on it are crap. It doesn't have a bomb sight, so good luck trying to get that bomb to hit anything smaller than a freaking bus. Yeah, this plane is not good. I know Bohica loves it, but I'm sure he's flying with a whole squad, plus with all the instructor crap on. I can't stand the instructor. Unless you just desperately want to drop torps, I would definitely say skip this bird. No, just no. Now here's another bird that I used to love. I used to love her, then I had to kill her. The beautiful P-47 ugly duckling. As you can see, I even bought a skin for it because I used to love it so much. So why don't I love it anymore? No air spawn. At that BR, no air spawn. You know what that means? That means you're going to have entire walls of K4s, G56s, and J7W1s 4,000 to 5,000 meters above you before you can even reach 4K. Yeah, you're a punching bag. Good luck on a map like Normandy or Tunisia or Hurtgen Forest ever getting above a dang thing in this bird. I mean, look at that climb rate. It's literally half what the Spitfire LFs are that you will be facing pretty much constantly. So that one, no. Just no. Now, here's a couple I don't have, but I have in the other trees, so I figured I'd talk about them. If you want a tier 4 for the Americans, bingo, there you go. This baby is just like the LF Mark 9 in the Brit tree and the Plagueis Spitfire, which if you've seen Darth Plagueis, you know what a monster that is. This thing climbs 30 meters per second, can turn on a dime, really decent as an energy fighter, and seriously punishing with that 1,400 rounds if you make them count. I'd put stealths on mine with air targets on the 20 millimeter, 400 meter convergence, and oh yeah, she does some work. Now, let's get on over here to the Russians where I got tons and tons and tons. Oh, now here's a sweetheart. If you don't have this in your collection, now that it's on sale, oh Lord, this is just so fun. It's got a crap ton of ammo. This thing turns on a dime. It's surprisingly good at climbing. And if I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure that it gets the rockets. Let me check here. Yes, it does get the rockets. So you control bombers with it for extra fun. Yeah, I got 6 kills in this puppy. This thing is crazy, crazy fun. Definitely one I would want to take out. Here's one I got only because I had an 80% off discount. And frankly, I never fly it for a good reason. It's crap in the American tree. It's crap in the Russian tree. Heck, the only reason I bought it was because I had that 80% discount and the floats event was coming up. And I thought it might be kind of fun for floats. Which, for floats, it was kind of fun. Anything else? No. These things are nothing but flying gas cans. Yeah, I would say skip that bird. Definitely skip that bird. This one I don't have, but I've seen enough on it to know I don't want it. Yeah, this is another low-tier flying gas can crap bomber. Like we don't have enough flying gas can crap bombers in this game. Yeah, skip that. Now here's another one that's going to be a flip a quarter kind of deal. The Stalin cane. Man, I used to love this so much back in the day. Back in the day, this thing was a beast, but guess what? Yep. FITs. FI. Yeah, there's not a single belt in the 20 millimeter that doesn't have the turd rounds. Not a single one. Last time I flew this thing out, it was sparking so badly that even the Germans were like, this isn't funny. This is sad. So basically what you have is a Hurricane with 200 rounds of 12.7, and that's pretty much it. You might get 1, maybe 2 kills out of the 20 millimeter if you're lucky. So yeah, as much as I used to love this back in the day, I would probably say skip it. Yeah, just let that one go. Instead, let's look at this. This is a lot more, oh yes. You got freedom cows with this baby, and with the ground target belts, yeah, this can do some work. If you want a low tier that can do some work, here you go. Yeah, the climb rate's not great, but you know what? You're flying with the Russians. The Russians don't ever get above 4K anyway, so it don't really matter as much as it does with the Americans. So yeah, that one's not bad, but oh, say hello to a sweetheart. You want a great little turn fighter? Here you go. And guess what? No turd rounds. Yay. That's right, no turd rounds at all. It's turd free. Turns on a dime, climbs great. Bohica said it's like being a bullfighter, and he's right. You basically want them to charge at you, and then you spin around them and like speed of light, just flip this thing on a dime and then pop them. But you only got 300 rounds, so you got to make it count. But once you get in the groove on this thing, oh, it is just so much fun. It is. It is just a great at climbing, great at handling. Yes, it's a good bird. It's a dang good bird. Now, let's move on over to something else here. Let's see. Oh, yes. I nearly forgot about having this bird. This used to be the only Canon Shika, the Canon I-16 that was in the game. Till they added the Type 27, I think. But the nice thing about this is, guess what? No turdies again. Yes, it's turdy free. And this thing climbs like a little rocket now. I mean, you want to get up above everybody? This little baby will definitely hump it. And it rolls. Good Lord, this thing rolls like a 190. You want a good little energy fighter? This thing is definitely a good little energy fighter. She is crazy fun. And got a crap ton of ammo on those Shikas. So, yeah, you can stay in there and do some damage. I know a lot of people don't think about this bird anymore, but I've had a great time in it. I think it's fun. And here's another one that hardly anybody ever talks about anymore, and I don't know why. This is the P39K1. You seen what I did with the P39N0 in that video. Yeah, this is pretty much more of the same. And the nice thing about this is the way the guns are set up, if you've got your gun split like mine, both the 12.7s and the 7.7s fire together. Put all stealths on that sucker, and oh yeah, she can kick some booties. You just have to remember, the K1 ain't the N0, so you can only dive to about 640, 650 before you need to start pulling up. She can't do that crazy 820 in a dive like the N0. But honestly, she don't need to. She can definitely put in the work. If you like the P-39s, you like the Airacobras, yeah, she is a crazy fun little bird to have. I'm glad to have it in my collection. I'm going to have to do a video on her one of these days because she is such a sweet little thing. And you don't hardly ever see them anymore. I don't know why. They're good birds. I mean, the climb rate ain't that great, but again, Russians, you don't really need it. All right, let's move on over to Tier 3. Oh, here's a plane that I actually aced during Operation Summer 2015 because I was just jingle bombing the living crap out of enemies, which this thing is so good at. Nowadays, with the cannon buffs on the 151s, I would probably pass. I love this plane. I still love to take mine out. But now with the bombs being nerfed to where it can't take out a base by itself anymore, plus the freaking 151s cutting the tail off of it with one shot, she ain't the bird she used to be. Although against the Japanese, you will laugh at how bad they get slaughtered by this thing. Now, here's a sweet one. The Swift Stout Snake. Oh, yes. P-63. Oh, man, does this thing kick some booties. It climbs good. Heck of a lot better than the P-39. And 1,000 rounds of 50 caliber goodness. I almost said 151, but frankly, these guns work dang near as good as the 151. You give it in short bursts, this thing will cut planes clean in half. It is a sweet, sweet bird. Here's another one that was just kind of killed. Back in the day with the air spawn, this thing was a beast. Now, I'd say this one's a little bit better than the American one. Not as good as Hitler Bolt, because the Hitler Bolt's got all them 109s above it to back it up, and a lot of times you're not going to have a bunch of guys above you. But I'd still say it's better than the regular Thunderbolt. Plus, this gets bombs. So if the last guy runs to space, you can take it out and get you some extra RP. It's just, it's awful sluggish, especially when you're down low. And if you get one of them short maps, good luck with that climb rate getting this thing up. I've had maps like Hurtgen Forest with this thing. Yeah, I didn't even make 4K before they were throwing a blind hunt on me. So, yeah, I would probably say pass. As much as I love it, yeah. Now we'll look at a couple of them I don't got, but I've flown their other ones, so it's a Dora. Do you like the 190s? Do you want to fly the 190s with the Russians? Here you go. It handles just like the Dora in the Germans. But, of course, the only catch is, unlike the Dora, you're not going to have 40 guys up there in space with you, so you're going to have to do a lot of it solo. And here's one that I hear so many people rave about, but no. Just no. I mean, look at the price tag on that thing, even with the 50% off, and look at the belts. Guess what? FIT, FIT, FIT. Yep. 240 rounds and a 30 rounds are instant crap. Yeah, I know people think it's such a great climber and stuff, but if your guns don't work, what's the point? I mean, seriously, what the F is the point if the guns don't work? And I have not found a single belt with those FITs that is consistent. It's strictly RNGesus. And for our last bird, let's look at the one that you can only get during the sale. No. Let me just say that right now. No. Yes, it makes a lot of RP. Yes, it's good if you're a ground force person. But look at this side right here. See this big old side? See how you just come in like that? It is so easy to slaughter these things. I have just massacred these things. I would say no. No. If you want a bomber, get the B-25. Much better back guns. Well, I will be making a video on the other nations as they come on sale. Sorry I can't make it longer, but I'm trying to grind out me a golden battle wager, so gotta do what I gotta do. Well, be sure to like and share, and I hope to see you up there in the clouds. Have a good one, y'all.